the location to the way we get into Facebook had to be you and not me. That's all.
Got it.
Yeah. So for anyone catching this hundreds of years in the future or later this afternoon, the shit's looking good for Biden. And of course, you know what you will know, being from the future, is that Trump blew up the Supreme Court and just stole the election. And now, I mean, you people are living under what has to be a dystopic dictatorship still. So sorry about that. But right now, things look good. And I'm eating candy.
Yeah.
Because I wanted some fucking candy.
You know, I think we should maybe play some theme music.
Hello.
Yeah, Fred, I want some verification of that. So send us a link in private messenger, please. I'm not seeing that. We had a conversation about what we were going to say this morning, and we're not, you know, we're not a decision desk, so we don't have to be cautious, but we are not living in normal times. So we're, you know, it's looking really, really good this morning. That's, you know, yeah, that's a thing. And I actually have a friend in Pennsylvania that is hoping for the official call because she actually wants to drive to Wilmington to see Joe Biden speak if it happens today.
Yeah. Speaking of which, sorry, finish your thought.
No. That's the whole, a million things.
Yeah. There's so many things. All the things. Yeah, Siobhan said, good morning. I'm in Facebook jail, called Trump American for inciting violence. Speaking of which,
yeah,
so I quoted a Republican Nazi shithead, you know, who said Sig Heil, and I said, well, at least I know I'm on the right team. And for the record, not that guy's, pointing upwards, right? So because I did that post in June, Facebook locked me out for 30 days. So we had to scurry around this morning and get Greg to sign in so we could do the show still on Facebook. And so to Facebook algorithms, I mean, you guys just fucking suck dog shit. I mean, you're terrible. I mean, it's not good.
Yeah.
Now, granted, like the more I think about it, more I'm like, well, you know, if I get caught in that particular dragnet, but it like gets rid of 100 Nazis, then yeah, well, you know, worse things have happened.
Yeah. Do I complain about standing in line at the airport security? Yes. Am I glad that they're being more careful with my safety? Also, yes.
Yeah, I guess. You know, it's better than blowing up.
Right. Considerably better.
Yeah.
Like, if I had to recommend one of those two things, it would definitely be waiting in airport security line.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, David's just waiting for the he can be petty. I guess, you know, we don't want to call shit, right? Because I want to talk about what we know, because this isn't done. And we were talking about it off air, but like, you know, what we know for sure is that we're up in Georgia, we're up in Nevada, we're up in Pennsylvania, we're up in Arizona, and that's twice as much as what we need to win. Right? And the votes that are outstanding, having been analyzed, except maybe in Arizona, and that's a big asterisk in Arizona, because probably it's going to be okay in Arizona, but that's where we're a little bit unsure. Right. The votes that are coming in are swinging to Biden by 75-1 or 75 to 25% or better, right? Like some of the ones in Philly are like coming in at 90-10, which is crazy. So, you know,
well, I saw a debunking thread yesterday about misinformation, disinformation that's going on. And one of them was a batch that came in from Philadelphia that were 100% Biden. And that was very suspicious. But they actually, that happened in the primaries as well. And the Philadelphia Inquirer, their newspaper of record, their good paper, went out and tried to find people that voted for Romney, or it wasn't Romney, was it? No, for that hadn't voted for Biden in that district. And they couldn't find any. Literally everyone in one of these districts in Philadelphia voted for Joe Biden in the primary. So he's had support there, strong support since the primaries.
Yeah.
And, so I wish I could tell you I wasn't surprised. I really didn't know how deep seated the hatred for Donald Trump was in parts of Pennsylvania. But it's been kind of even so shocking. And one of the one last night that really grabbed me was when the mail-ins started coming in Georgia. I expect Metro Atlanta, Metro Savannah to be, strongholds for whoever the Democratic nominee is, but particularly Joe Biden, because he does have really deep reach into the African-American organizing community. But Forsyth County, north of Atlanta, is really red. It's where there's a famous military academy up there. My brother went to a private school in Gainesville, Georgia. So Gainesville, Georgia is very conservative, and the mail-ins there were coming at 65 for Biden, which was shocking to me. I really wasn't prepared to see a North Georgia county outside of Metro Atlanta or adjacent to Metro Atlanta be that strong for Biden. So there were indications yesterday that the rest of this count was going to build momentum, if you will. And we were going to get there. Yes, definitely. How can you not call this Joe-mentum?
Because it's lame.
All right.
I mean, is it scientifically accurate? Yes, of course.
Yes,
but it's so close to a pun. It's so close to a pun.
Okay, so I have some thoughts today. Like I've been kind of unrolling all this in my head. First of all,
what are you grateful for?
Stacey Abrams, top of list. Stacey Abrams and John Lewis have put Georgia, it looks like, in the blue column. There are both of the state both of the Senate races in that state are going to go to runoffs. So I actually know two organizers who are already on their way up there to work. That the campaign will continue. They have momentum in Georgia. And I'm not getting a peach on my ass. That's not what's going to happen. But I got double dog dared by my daughter last night. I posted a thing. A guy was saying, "I'll get a tattoo of a peach on my ass if Biden turns Georgia blue." And I said, "I'm going to send that guy $5." And then my daughter said, "I think you should get one on your ass." And so I've agreed to get a peach tattoo. Dave Myers is going to be working up a design for me. It is not going to be on my ass. It's going to be like on my left forearm, like right inside left forearm here, because I want people to see it. And I'm going to put John Lewis's signature line on it. And I really don't want a memorial to John Lewis on my ass. I think that's disrespectful of John Lewis, because my ass is not, particularly memorable as a background. So yeah. Yeah, aren't you supposed to call your doctor if an election lasts this long? Yeah, I'm calling everybody.
Yeah, right?
That's what I'm doing. Hey, check this out. Tip of the hat, by the way, who I'm going to ask to do my tattoo is Severin Jowers from Poison Apple Tattoo. Corey, that's nice. That's Deirdre's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so pretty excited about that. But your ass is holy. Ha ha ha. Yeah, no, it's sort of unholy. But that's Anywho, that's a thought. That's a thought I have, is that I'm super grateful for all the hard work that Georgia organizers from the ground up have done. And that's not a new effort. Stacey Abrams has been nonstop since she lost the gubernatorial race. I think pretty much Stacey Abrams could ask for anything she wants right now and get it. And my idea, and it's not my idea alone, why don't we make Stacey Abrams the national chair of the Democratic Party?
I saw that and I was like, I don't know if she'd want that job because it's probably a shitty job. But Stacey Abrams as DNC chair is pretty epic.
Well, I will tell you, there's a lot of soul searching going on locally and statewide right now in Florida.
Can I stop you there though?
Yeah.
Like in Florida, I get it. Cause like I definitely think Florida I think a level of organization could have solved it. The navel gazing about like, oh my God, we didn't win Hispanics enough, and the other side was just lying about us constantly, right? So like, and I saw somebody post like 2016, we lose to Donald Trump, and of course, Democrats have to do some soul searching. This time, we beat Donald Trump, probably, right? And Democrats have to do some soul searching. A little bit of better organization, right? And don't get me wrong, there's you know, I've actually been thinking this through while getting annoyed at how quickly, you know, we just decide to, you know, start to going after ourselves for not having a perfect message. But the way to thread the needle of figuring out how to speak to people who are feeling unheard and are feeling an economic crunch, which makes them angry at you know, racialized politics, and of course makes them, you know, susceptible to it, is UBI. So you want to really change it? Fucking go pro UBI. And if I'm not mistaken, Stacey Abrams would do it. Anyway,
Yeah.
That's my little rant about
now that I have control over captions, it's a pun. Why can't Trump stay in the White House, Corey?
What?
It's you didn't see that?
No.
Yeah, you took it down, you jerk. Why can't
Oh, sorry, I totally did do that. That wasn't on purpose because I thought I put her thing up from before.
it's for Biden. It's forbidden. It's a pun. Yeah. So anyway,
I'm gonna eat more candy.
how does it go back to the other way though? Like we stayed
What?
shrunk. How do we make the
We're always that size, dude.
okay?
Yeah.
I thought it moved it. It moved our pictures when I don't know. I've never had the controls.
If you have
before.
a big one, sometimes it does. That's what you said.
I dislike that when I move from my coffee drinking chair that I also have to move my coffee because my puppy drinks it. Yeah, that's what you need, a wired dog. Yeah.
Oh, Dave. Dick.
Yes. Yes.
Corey asked, is UBI going to scare folks who are afraid of socialism or communism? I mean,
well, I got to tell you, the anti-socialism messaging worked.
it did. But here's the thing. Like, just take socialism out of your fucking name. You stupid fucking clown. Like that. Come on now. The crossover appeal of the freedom dividend, because branding obviously is important, right? Like the socialism, communism, is that going to have an effect? Of course it will, because there's always going to be stupid people in America. But I think what Andrew Yang proved is that they will shut up for $1,000 a month.
Yeah. I mean, we are gonna have to talk about some messaging changes, no doubt.
Yeah, because I mean, because this should be a blowout. Don't get me wrong there.
Right, and I will tell you internally, Florida organizers, Democratic Party organizers, and others are really disappointed in Florida's effort in this election cycle, and they should be. We should have won this walking away in Florida. Yeah. It should not have even been a question. But one of the other tropes that you're going to see, and I'm 100% sure that Republicans like Mitch McConnell are going to try and say this election was very close. It doesn't indicate a mandate for blah, blah. No, listen, it's not that
4
close.
million votes. Yeah,
it's not that close. It's broader than the margin by which Trump won. He's winning states by bigger margins than Trump won them, and counties that flipped. So that's not going to be a conversation. And I actually think he's going to finish north of 300 electoral votes. I believe that Trump's margin was 304. So, they shit talked us for 2 years on, incredible mandate for the American people, a rebuke of blah, 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 blah. Fuck you. That's not how this is going to happen. There was some talk yesterday about, the Democrats will have to be very ginger about their cabinet selections because Mitch McConnell will have the Senate not approve anybody. Hey, you know what? We just spent 4 years in acting secretary of whatever hell.
Yeah, exactly.
So if that's good enough for Trump, right? That's the bar, right? That's now where we live Trump did it. So I guess everything is okay. The good news is our people aren't motivated to do shitty things that hurt people in the name of having power. So fuck off with that. We're not going to entertain that. Yes, that is absolutely true. Joe Biden has gotten more votes than any candidate in presidential history.
Again, I'm not compelled with those arguments because population is constantly growing up, but still, it's still true.
It's more than the 2012, more than the 28 or 2012 numbers for Obama.
right? Because the
And
population went
that's
up
the
by like
that was the
15%.
benchmark.
Either way.
Since so
Yeah,
he's not a shitty candidate. He's not
Right.
too moderate. He's not a communist,
yeah.
and
This
he's
is the thing,
getting more votes than anybody ever got.
the hot take that like Yang or Bernie could win, I fundamentally do not agree. I
And
don't
boy,
think that's true.
My local organizer friends are all over that. They're hearing that from their friends, and it's like, yeah, no, I don't think so.
If, like the socialism thing could,
we needed the middle. We absolutely needed the middle in this race.
Yeah, if the socialism thing could get Biden, just imagine what they would have done with Bernie. And again, to Corey's point, on one hand, the socialism argument is bullshit too, because 60% of the folks, including Trump folks, voted for a $15 minimum wage. And this is really sad and annoying for a bunch of evidence, thoughtful based people like you guys are. It's branding. It's just the name. And you have to dominate that branding space. And around socialism, we haven't. And part of it, I can hear Rio talking in the back of my head, and this is really fucking irritating, is that we allow people culturally to call themselves socialists in our party. It's fucking retarded. And I'm sorry that I just used that word, but it's true. It's really fucking stupid. And we just can't do it because they will kill us for it. The policies, you guys know I agree with all the policies. Those policies aren't socialism. They've never been socialism. It's not owning the entire means of production in the state. And we just have to get away from it. Right? Like, and I think, and I fell into this. We totally did this thing where we get called socialists all the time. So finally we're like, fuck it. Yeah, we're socialists or whatever. Right. That was a frustrated thing that I did a bunch. And it was just the wrong thing if we want to win. And it's again, it's dumb that we have to play to the lowest common denominator. But welcome to America.
Yeah. We had a conversation last night with I had a conversation with Sam Ronan and Dan Andanino, as a matter of fact, about what they meaning Republicans have been really successful is doing things by calling them something super patriotic. The Patriot Act, literally the Patriot Act, which took away a lot of people's civil rights and your privacy and blah blah blah. Yeah. Made those things much more vulnerable. So why can't we reframe defund the police into the Assisting Our First Responders Act? Right, we're going to take those responsibilities away from them, is assisting them, allowing them to focus on more serious crimes.
Build community, right? It's like it's the affirmative message instead of the negative message, right? And I think if you, especially on Twitter, if you look at the people that are all standing for socialism, they're the ones who hate the freedom dividend because it's not punitive to rich people, even though it is, right? They're going to get taxed more, but you can't give them $1,000 a month. Oh my God, they're rich. Well, what if that meant that you could solve poverty? Could you shut the fuck up then? Right. And so like, I think, it really does come around to and I'm sort of thinking out loud as we go through this, but like just switching it over instead of the punitive combative message to the affirmative message. Because really, defund the police, everything after that, which was what Biden is more or less for, is all about building community.
Yep.
Right? And like, if you're not for building community, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah. And I want to make sure that I say that I'm not about tone policing what other protest groups are doing and saying. Like, that's why when people tell me Black Lives Matter and they explain why they settled on that line, which, they're out there in the streets doing the work. So I'm going to let them do the work. But I will tell you that locally, defund the police was galvanizingly unpopular with business owners in the city of Newport Richey. Are they wrong? Yeah, they probably are. But that doesn't make them any less galvanized into not listening to anything else we have to say about issues related to police brutality. So there's that. Also, Mary Ellen, I think there's no fear of anybody falling into a Joe Biden cult. No, I don't think that's the thing.
Probably not.
Yeah,
I wanted to
Chet, them. Biden is a communist. Me, an actual communist. What the?
Yeah. So just for history's sake, something stupid about Philadelphia. Twitter's out of control. Something section 230. Blocked. You can't see it. Blocked. You can't see it. Blocked. You can't see it. Something with video. Probably where he was lying. Blocked. You can't see it. News conference announcement. Blocked. You can't see it. Blocked. You can't see it. Big legal win in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they got to stand 14 feet closer to the counting tables.
Oh, yeah.
They showed exactly.
Up. Stop the count. And all of for the record, the Sesame Street memes, God bless you. As an atheist, I don't give a shit. God bless you anyway. Anyway, just like, it's just a a fountain of misinformation that Twitter was like, yeah, no, we're done. We're done.
All of the networks dumped out of his press event last night at the White House,
except for apparently Fox and I think CNN. They were talking about
CNN dumped it.
Did they dump it?
It took them a while.
Okay.
Yeah. But my favorite thing about that was what Anderson Cooper said after they cut it, which was an obese turtle.
I almost want to find the clip
around
because his delivery was just so withering.
Yes.
Excuse me. I'll go find that.
Down with means testing. Right on, sister.
Yeah. It's just why
it's
do
ridiculous. We don't do it for Social Security.
Right. And if you're doing the means testing, it's just another wedge that Republicans will then use to convince people making $30,000 a year that people making $5,000 a year are crooks.
Yeah, Virginia's reminding us the ABC app played it all, and I saw a conversation about that different editorial groups had to make different decisions, right?
Yeah, we were watching it online.
It's important that we have a record of it, and that the public knows he actually said it. Yeah, and I'm, I mean, they sent Nicole Wallace into a room by herself to watch it in NBC.
Did they really?
You know what I mean? Yeah, they did. She watched the whole thing because they felt like they had to have somebody in the room to come back out and say, yeah, that was fucked up, and I'm glad we bailed. So
yeah, it was really fucked up for what I saw anyway. All right, well, so this is Anderson Cooper with zero fucks left to give. Just his fuck bucket is empty. That sounds weird.
We've never seen really, other than I don't think we've ever seen anything like this from the president of the United States. And I think, as Jake said, it's sad and it is truly pathetic. And of course, it is dangerous. And of course, it will go to courts. But you'll notice the president did not have any evidence presented at all. Nothing. No real, actual evidence of any kind of fraud. Talked about people putting up papers in windows. He talked about things that he'd seen on the internet. That is the president of the United States. That is the most powerful person in the world. And we see him like an obese turtle on his back, flailing in the hot sun, realizing his time is over.
Please hold. There's more, and I haven't heard this, but
holy shit. Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, that's just like holy hot diggity.
Yep.
Yeah, look at the Chiron. Without any evidence, Trump says he's being cheated.
Yeah.
Accepted it, and he wants to take everybody down with him, including this country. Gloria?
Mail-in ballots are so one-sided, too. I know that it's supposed to be to the advantage of the Democrats, but in all cases, they're so one-sided. We were watching the polls, and many of which were...
Anyway, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, well, he spent months telling people that not to vote by mail. And, people listen to him. So... yeah.
Sylvester, it's right up there with Nixon's rambling farewell speech about loving his mother.
I'm beginning to think that may be the last thing we ever see him say from a podium as president.
No, Greg, there's months left. Like, he is an arsonist with a bucket of kerosene and an infinite number of matches. It's no.
Okay, so wishful thinking on my part.
Very. And don't get me wrong, it's nice that you have hope.
Clayton County, Georgia, total 84.9 for Biden, 14.1 for Trump. But he did more for black people than any other president, including maybe Lincoln.
I've heard that. Yep, heard that.
I think it's amazing that John Lewis's Mighty Fifth is one of the centerpieces for how Trump got beat. Won't ever forget that. Pretty cool.
So there's still 2% left in Pennsylvania. So it's leading to go up more.
It is going up more. It's gone up since we've been on the air.
Arizona 90% reporting, but he's up by like fucking a point and 1.6 points.
The last thing we saw from Arizona though last night was it was narrowing, and they were going to be coming out with some more votes this morning. So not completely sure there. But I mean, Pennsylvania alone, we'll put him over the top. We'll put Biden past the post, right?
And Nevada and Georgia are all but certain. So I think
the
306
critical
is where
thing.
we end up.
The critical thing now is that it would be great if Georgia and Pennsylvania got outside the recount limit, so we don't have to contend with that, right?
Or at
That
least
would be
if
the best
Pencil-
cases.
Yeah, I don't think it will. Nevada might.
Yeah, somebody reminded me in Georgia last night, or somebody in Georgia reminded me last night that they did the thing where they have a paper record of every ballot cast in Georgia this year. They changed that. And so a recount in Georgia is going to be fast. It's going to be fast and efficient. They're going to know, like maybe within a day, if they have to have a recount, it'll be done very quickly. So
I wonder if he's going to pay for them though. If it looks like he's going to have to do it in 3 different states.
Fred, you're nervous about Arizona. I really wanted my vote to count this time. Your vote absolutely counted because
thank you.
Historically high number of people voted for Joe Biden,
and
you
Fox
are one
News
of them.
Called the Arizona race
on the night of the election, which I think, look, it saved us from despair. We could have, we went to bed Tuesday night unsure and troubled, and a little gutted for our local friends. But exactly like 2018, we woke up and well that happened. Oh well, this happened. Oh well, all 3 of the squad got elected. Like there were as the days went by in 2018, the picture got better and better for us. And I will be quick to point out that on Tuesday, 5 states moved towards marijuana legalization, and 1 state decriminalized all drugs, because that's what harm reduction means. That's a look at our future. That's how Canada does things.
Yeah.
So and many other countries, and it's why it's a good idea, because we know it works in those countries. So we're moving that direction. Yeah.
Corey asked, when does Trump announce that voting networks were hacked? Within a week. That's the thing. And he's going to do it from a podium inside the White House. To think that that's the last thing he's going to say, it's going to get probably 10 times worse before this is done.
Right.
All the lawsuits aren't going to work. He's going to get angrier and angrier and angrier. He's going to say something really fucking stupid.
Yep.
It's almost certain. So,
I don't know that we have any Georgia voters, but you can register to vote in Georgia now before the Senate runoff happens in early January.
We should all just fucking move there for a few months.
I'm telling you, I am not going to be terribly surprised if I get asked to go up there and organize, and it would be very tempting if I didn't have to help mom babysit the counseling business. I could do Valdosta and that southern tier of Georgia. I speak fluent South Georgia. My grandpa was born in Sale City, Georgia, so I'm actually I have a connection to that region.
All right.
Anywhere I've ever been in Georgia where they find out I'm a Smithwick, they go, "Who you kin to?" Like there are Smithwicks all over that southern tier. So, yeah. Oh, so I'm feeling pretty good.
To show you guys, our friend Brad from South Miami.
Oh yes,
has something in his eye. If you can't see this, it's West Philly reacts to Biden's lead in Pennsylvania by dancing in the street, of course.
That's awesome. This is a good day, folks.
Oh, you guys can't hear it. It's too, I'm coming up.
Nice. Yeah, we danced around the room to Philadelphia Freedom by Elton John this morning.
Like you do.
For a few minutes. Yep. And of course, I had to play Georgia on My Mind.
Well, that's
the Ray Charles version. Lyrics by
required.
Hoagie Carmichael, a famous Georgian.
I would never have known that.
Yep. From Savannah. Actually, from Savannah. Wait, no, that's not right. It's Ray Mercer that's from Savannah.
Oh, cool.
Not.
Excuse me.
Thank you. Don Arbogast just popped in for a minute.
Hello.
Yeah.
Andy Spencer. And here come the tweets.
Yeah. Yeah, he was having some sort of a conniption yesterday. Every tweet he posted for about 3 straight hours got blocked and taken down. But
I just posted to Facebook.
That's interesting.
Yeah, maybe I contested it. So like, you guys fucking learn how to read.
Yeah,
I
Virginia.
didn't say that, but
Just note that it is not my song that will kill the feed today. That's right. We're not playing any copyrighted music today. We learned our lesson. That wasn't specifically your fault. You know, we've posted copyrighted stuff before, and
yeah.
sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. They've taken them down after before, but I don't think we've ever had them kill one.
We got smacked right in the face.
That's not happened before. That's why we were pretty confident, because these are like sand mandalas. After you make the beautiful work of art, you just shake the table and it goes away. Like I kind of feel that way about what we do sometimes, that it's okay if there's no permanent record of it. But it was rough getting bounced in the middle of the show.
I think we're still live on YouTube for that show. So if you want to go see me totally ragged and fucking really grumpy, you still can.
That was a pretty rough hour. Actually. Fuji Grace. Hi, Grace. Good morning. So we put a woman in the White House. I'm very excited.
Yeah,
we're going to have a female president or vice president.
I mean,
and a woman of color as our vice president. And it's not Nikki Haley. So
apparently after Trump and the family started saying, you guys better support us now, otherwise you won't get the Trump support later on, because they own the party and have it all by the short and curlies. Nikki Haley came out and literally started saying, and the same thing that Rubio started. You have to count all legal votes, giving credence to the shithead calling them illegal votes. Right? Like they're saying the stupid thing, like the freaking amendment that like only citizens can vote. Oh yeah? Okay.
Yep.
Right? Like, we're not a Taliban fucking country. Yeah. Oh, cool. Can you also read? Like that?
My favorite part of the whole thing is when Matt Gaetz attacking Nikki Haley. I was like,
yeah. Just by all means, please eat yourselves.
Eat each other. That'll be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna have a second gentleman, Corey, for the first time in American history.
It said my recent post is not of it. Well, I just deleted it, Aunt Gail, because I just said testing. I'll test it again later on, but I think we're good either way. We figured out that we can go live with Greg doing this anyway, so we solved the only real issue. I don't have to post anything on Facebook right now. And to Dave Myers' point, who I think with any luck, the next 4 years will just be a nice comfy blanket around his heart. Not just any female, Ms. Harris. She of the Kavanaugh smash.
And we will always remind you that the very most excited person in our entire universe of people who are awesome that was on board for Kamala Harris as president was Dave Myers.
From the jump.
Right away. I think it was probably the Kavanaugh testimony, the Kavanaugh Inquisition that sealed the deal, because she was robust and amazing in that moment.
Robust is a good word for it.
Yep.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, Fred. See,
there are people that believe
it. I love you.
There are people that believe it.
Just in case anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, Fred said, I don't think anyone really believes their illegal votes being counted. It's just the narrative they shout so they can feel better. They totally fucking believe it. Like, I still have some circles. They're calling it rigged. They're basically just aping the president's branding. And again, this goes back to the same thing. Like the messaging, we can tool around the edges of the policy prescription, but it really is just going to be about powerful, consistent and constant one-word messaging to the dumbest people in America who are swing voters. Sorry. Not sorry. But that's the thing. They do fucking believe it. And again, the mirror effect works. If you repeat it long enough, then people will believe the definitely not true story about certain elected officials in Pasco County licking doorknobs. It's weird, but there it is.
Yep. There you go. In 2016 elections, there were only 771 contested ballots after the recounts.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing. Like if they do any recounts, it's not going to be anywhere near close to enough.
Scott Walker, former asshole governor of Wisconsin, came out yesterday and said in the recounts here, Trump gained 103 votes the last time around, and his race was 58 votes that turned. 20,000 is a high hurdle. So that was as close as Scott Walker will probably ever come to saying, that's as stupid, you should stop doing it.
Madeline H5, my niece, who is awesome, is in love with Kamala Harris. Imagine being in love with the first female black president of the United States. What a wonderful role model for a little girl to have.
Vice president, but that's for now.
That's fine. Whatever. 10:35.
Yep.
Anyways,
Morning, Gene. Good to see you in here this morning among the sane.
yeah.
I know you have a foot in both pools.
Casey nails
work-wise.
it. A lot of people literally pay no actual attention to politics, which is
shocking
why,
to
like,
me.
the simplistic stuff that people repeat out loud at work or in other places ends up literally being the only thing that some people hear. So it needs to be ubiquitous and blanketed, because that's, I mean, the margins of how we're winning and losing elections is coming down to those people, right? So I don't know. It's fucking frustrating, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So I'm just enjoying being here with you guys this morning. I don't have a lot to say. Well, I guess I have said a lot, but I'm actually.
I don't have much to say. We've been talking nonstop since 10:36.
Yeah. Fred, I don't believe in Bigfoot. Did you see Jeremy, your friend Jeremy Finley's post last night?
No,
about
fuck
this?
you. Yeah. Also, like, you're was it Mitch McConnell? I can't even remember what it was. Somebody who is a known liar said that Trump probably Bigfoot was real.
It was Trump. Yeah.
Yeah. And Greg said, I don't believe it. And then, of course, Jeremy was talking about the fact that Finley, I can't call him by his first name. That's weird. Was talking about the fact that this is a really good epistemological study of how information theory should function. I'm paraphrasing, but you get the idea.
Which is why we need him to come visit again so we can do more nerdy podcast stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he can jump out of more airplanes.
He does enjoy jumping out of airplanes.
David James, my Trump supporting uncle is losing his shit. He needs a robe, slippers, and a Valium. And I hope he gets the help he needs in a robust healthcare system that cares for all Americans, not just those that voted for Donald J. Trump.
Siobhan, a lot of long faces here at my job office. Loving it.
Yeah, I haven't been out since Tuesday, so I'm not sure what's happening on my street. But there were a lot of flags, a lot of Trump flags on my street and banners hanging from trees, even. And I hope they've lowered them all to half mast because that's just respectful.
Man, it'd be really cool if Fox News called it while we were on air.
Then
it would be a party.
I've had that thought. And won't it be something if Fox News is the first network to call it?
I mean,
because they still have Arizona.
Yeah.
They have Biden at 264.
Well, and so does the AP, right? So, right. I mean, Nevada might do it, but probably won't. I mean, I think the most likely outcome is that Pennsylvania gets another massive tranche, and then somebody's going to call it, right? Like somebody has to call it.
Does anybody know off the top of their head if Georgia's Secretary of State is a Republican or a Democrat? Because that's who handles elections in the state of Georgia, is the Secretary of State. Brian Kemp was the Secretary of State overseeing his own election in which he beat Stacey Abrams. But the Georgia officials this morning, and that would come from the Secretary of State's office, are saying, we will defend the integrity of our elections.
I mean,
that sounds to me like them stepping away from the Trump lawsuit, like, not buying into the idea that there's something wrong, that they're defending themselves and at the same time poking Trump in the eye, which I'm just overjoyed that they have to do that this morning.
Brad Raffensperger is the Secretary of State.
Okay. Republican. Holly says Republican.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Raffensperger. Yep. Anyway.
Please, dude, you know who you are. Let good prevail. You know who Jeannie's talking about there, right?
No.
The answers are always in the middle, Greg. Corey, the answers are always in the middle. She's talking about somebody we both know.
Oh, that guy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The middle, which is why that somebody is, for checks notes, a fucking fascist. Okay.
Yeah.
Good talk, buddy.
He's probably got maybe not living, but certainly ancestors who will probably beg to differ with that view, but whatever.
Yeah. So, somebody was saying something weird about the Alaska Senate race, but I mean, it's not going to be good. 50% reporting, but we're down like 60-30. So we're going to lose Alaska. It's fine. Yay, Georgia. I mean, and wouldn't that, like, if Stacey Abrams, I mean, she will have with Fair Fight and everything else that she's got going on in Georgia, like a massive say in how the race there is prosecuted. So, I mean, you know, after that, like if she wins both those Senate races, basically, like, what job would you want, and could we pay you 10 times more than you asked for?
A couple of things. Maria Keisha Lance Bottoms last night said she had absolute confidence on how the voting process was going in Georgia. Right, but she's a Democrat and therefore part of the corrupt system that eats babies. So having Republicans say,
"Careful," I'm not even sure you can say that because Facebook will lock you out for 30 days.
Sarcasm with the sarcasm flag.
Yeah.
Virginia, what is the first thing that you would like to see change under a 46 administration? Corey.
Is this taking into the context that we're not going to have the Senate, or do we have the Senate?
I don't know.
Just as I mean, it's all made up. So, like, which answer would you like?
I think you should give whatever answers you want because it's our show and we can do that.
Okay. Let's say we have the Senate pass HR 1 from 2018, which is a nationalized civil rights Voting Rights Act.
Right.
That would be the first thing. If we don't have the Senate, and that of course would get held up and squashed, then probably just a massive executive order push and organizational structure and modeling for dealing with COVID.
Yeah,
which is going to happen anyway. But that's like all we're going to have.
I'm with Fred and Mary Ellen. Kids out of fucking cages.
Well, I mean, duh. Well, that's the thing. Like,
and that's the thing he can do without the Senate.
That's true.
House,
yeah,
right?
that'll
that's
start.
The thing that he can do on day one.
Yeah, that'll start immediately. Maybe a wall knocking down party. I don't know.
I don't think we should knock it down. We just wait for the weather to do it. Why waste resources on that?
Hey, can we talk about something really crazy?
Right, sure.
I almost want to find the video. I am vamp for a second because it's way weirder with the video.
Yeah, reversal of the tax breaks for the rich, kids out of cages.
But again, that tax break thing that won't happen without the Senate.
Right.
So it's a nice thought, but it just.
I don't know. Related to the border issues, let's reverse the activity that is destroying wildlife corridors. Like there are several places, environmentally sensitive places that are being fucking bulldozed for the border wall that we don't need. Let's right away get those kids out of cages, start reuniting them with their families, and stop destroying things on the border that don't need to be destroyed because there are better ways to handle the immigration problem.
Phil, the State Department, fix the EPA, do a really hard analysis on the judge's situation. Virginia, Ginny's nailing it too. Start legislation to make norms laws. I mean we've
been talking about that for a while now. That the things that we always thought were encoded in law are not. They're just gentlemen's agreements, and fuck gentlemen and their agreements. Let's make those things law, so nobody can get around them. Just because it's convenient for them, and that will apply to Democrats as well. I want to make sure I say that. You know, they're now that we've broken this dam of what's acceptable, bad actors on both sides can do shitty things, and I think we should take that option away from them. You're right, Ginny. That's a really good place to start. Rejoining the Paris the peace accords. I'm a Vietnam era kid.
Same.
The climate agreements, the Paris climate agreements. Yeah, let's rescind that Tongass National Forest bullshit from Alaska that he executive ordered last week. Let's do that quick before anybody gets any bulldozers in there and starts building fucking roads and taking out old growth forest. That'd be handy.
Okay, so this is a bit of a subject change.
Sure.
But there's no announcement yet, so I just wanted to get into this. So, do. So this is a drone swarm that is programmable. So
nice.
And there's hundreds of them, of course.
Oh my God. That is beautiful.
Yeah. It's about to get weird though, Greg. Now imagine that they're all armed with C4.
Well, I don't want to imagine that.
I know, but I think we have to. You have a $20 billion aircraft carrier for $2 million. You could effectively take it out. And there's no way to stop it. Right? How do you stop it? For $2 million, you could have like thousands of drones.
Checking now, Dave.
Oh, I like PMs. Anyway, sorry for that depressing little tidbit. Checking the DMs. What's in there? Oh, hello. Georgia election update. Did they call it?
I'm not sure what we're looking for here. I do have one from Dave about despite impending loss, Trump supporters will drive around Tampa Bay every weekend until inauguration.
Okay. Everyone's super shocked. What is this? I just saw a news update on.
Yeah, my feed dumped on MSNBC here, so I'm not sure. What's going on? Tell us in the comments.
I don't know. I'm looking. Georgia 2020 election results 5 minutes ago. Oh.
Dave says, interesting article about Trump trains and a big protest planned at Maine in 19. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, respectfully.
Cry about it.
Guys. Yeah, exactly. Oh no, they're gonna drive around.
I do have some fears about violence right now. I absolutely do.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
This is an update from Georgia.
They're going to have a recount. They're not going to certify until the 20th, and they are going to have a recount.
Oh, is that what the news is?
Yeah, somebody just put that in the comments here a little ways up. I'm sorry, we're not doing so well in comments right this minute.
That's fine.
Yeah. Where'd it go? Maria Richardson. No, it was Fuji Grace. Grace says Georgia just had a news conference. They will not certify until the end of November, and they will be doing a recount. Fair enough. Like I said, that's going to be an easy process because
and that's the thing. Like,
changed a lot of things since AT.
Yeah, if we win Georgia by like fucking 2,000, 3,000 votes, of course they got to do a recount. We would demand a recount. Of course we would.
Yep.
So that's fine.
And I would like, I would like for Biden to get out of the easy recount zone, or the state pays for it recount zone, so that the Trump campaign has to pay for those recounts in cash in advance. I don't know. We'll get there, but we'll see. We will see.
Now, like, the lead in Pennsylvania is about to get bigger. Oh, yeah, I'm just on 270 win. I just want to play with this here for a second. North Carolina, we're going to lose. Florida, we lost. Georgia, whatever. Ohio, we lost Ohio, right? Fuck you, Ohio. Indiana, we lost. Yeah.
So, but Gene, end of November, that's not uncommon. That's, each state has laws about when they certify their elections because they leave time to receive military ballots and State Department employee ballots from overseas. Yeah, every state has a gap between the election and the certification process. Yeah. And they they should. Let's make sure that we leave room for that, because do we want anybody's anybody on our side of this election's vote to not count? No. I want everybody's vote to count. I consistently, for my entire life, want everybody's fucking vote to count. And I don't know when that became a principle of a party that espouses the democratic process. By the way, there are some conspicuous people absent from the conversation about counting all the votes this morning. And we should remember that when they run for president in 2024, Rick Scott. We should remember that when they try to lecture us about our patriotic duty, Ted Cruz. We should remember that when they try to lecture us about morality, Lindsey Graham. These are people that are saying, maybe we should challenge our own electors. Fuck you. This is how we do this. That's why we need to put it in, codify it in law.
Yeah. I completely agree with everything you just said, except that we do that all the time. And Lindsey Graham won by 14 points.
Yeah.
Right. And again, like, it doesn't change that we have to do that, because we're the principled side, quite frankly. We don't have a choice. But, as far as like a messaging thing, like, we can't lean on that. That's not going to work. It
Right.
should work in like a normal like universe of, if we had just a room of 100 people where we could talk to people like humans, that would work. Anyway, I'm fucking ranting about that shit. I'll just leave it alone. So on 270 win, if we win Nevada, it's over.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but let's leave Nevada off there. Pennsylvania is about to be a pretty sizable lead. Go fuck yourself. Right? Like that's just, if we have like Georgia's great. Don't get me wrong. I would love to win Georgia, but they can call the race with Pennsylvania, and they can call the race with Nevada. Again, this is presuming that things are not going to get squirrely in Arizona, where I don't think it's going to. So,
Sherry Burney makes a good point that this is the first year that Pennsylvania has done mail-in voting.
Yeah, I mean, and the Republicans can forever go fuck themselves for trying to basically organize a situation where the authoritarian fascist dictator would be dictator of the United States could have 3 days to call it a fraud on purpose, right? Because all of that was by design. So, I mean, they did it, but not that well. They should have started counting early. And again, that was the decision of elected officials, not the people actually running the vote, who are definitely working their asses off. All power to them. Anyway,
I think we need to have a conversation about how hard it is to vote fraudulently. This idea that they mailed people 2 ballots or ballots for dead people and they sent them back in. You have to prove who you are at every step in that process. And all these states who have been doing early voting for years know this. That's election supervisors tell us that you have to prove who you are, whether you come in person to vote or whether you vote remotely. This is not a thing. It's just not a reality thing any more than adrenochrome. So it's just, you sound more and more like QAnon crazy, tinfoil hat wearing shitheads when you espouse those ideas. And by the way, some of our local folk are posting QAnon bullshit this morning. And when I challenged them on it, said, "Oh, well, this is just an experiment to see who would be reactionary." Well, fuck you. I'm not your petri dish. Right, you're telling lies on social media, and I'm going to challenge you every time. Yeah, Lisa Burke, that's who was doing that this morning.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck her.
Yeah,
like that.
No,
I'm embarrassed that I ever worked with them. Just in case anyone's wondering, we're up in Pennsylvania, we're up in Georgia, we're down in North Carolina, we're way up in Arizona, and we're now significantly up in Nevada. So yeah. They're still calling Pennsylvania too close to call. There's really 5% of the vote left to come in Pennsylvania, which means that our lead could get significant in PA. And not
what's happening
like it's likely that that'll happen, which is good.
Can you see what's happening with Lehigh County, which is western Pennsylvania? There was a thing where they had some ballots misprinted, and they had to give an extra cushion of time to get the corrected ballots out and back in again. And so they couldn't even begin counting those till this morning. So there's that tranche, to use the term I see on TV all the time.
They spell Lehigh.
Lehighgh.
Leh.
I'm pretty sure that's Lehigh.
Okay. All right.
Pittsburgh.
Uncounted mail ballots. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's Allegheny. I'm sorry. It's not Lehigh County. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm not from there. And Sherry is, so she will know. Allegheny County. Yeah, it's Pittsburgh area. That was the. Okay.
Vote count continues Friday in Pennsylvania. They probably mentioned it in there. I didn't say it.
Did we get knocked off Facebook again? I don't think so. No, we appear to be on Facebook. We didn't do nothing. We didn't do nothing to get ourselves knocked off Facebook this time.
Yet.
Right.
Allegheny has 35,000 to count today, and apparently that's still the plan.
So Donna RBS stopped by to drop off something I needed from the corner store this morning, and I told her while she was there she should tell Roy, the owner of my corner store, that I told him Biden was going to win, and she just replied in chat, "Roy says you are now the most hated man in Port Richey." I was before. I came in fifth out of 5, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no illusions about this.
I knew that.
I've proof that I'm the most hated man in Port Richey.
Exactly.
Yeah. I lost to Dr. Richard, what's his name? So clearly I'm the most hated man in Port Richey. Yep, there you go, Elizabeth. 19 minutes ago, Georgia, Biden up 1579 with 4671 still to count. Yeah. Maybe it's time for me to move out of Port Richey.
Yeah, Port Richey fucking
I'm
sucks.
gonna go pissed off another town.
Come to Miami and like let's start working because
I
apparently
was
Miami
thinking holiday. I
Miami's
don't not that
no.
ambitious.
Holiday. Wow, what an upgrade.
Yeah, it's not even a real town. It's not even an actual town.
True.
Yeah. I liked a couple of years ago when they were thinking of renaming Holiday because it had a bad image. I'm like, well, that'll fix everything.
What are you gonna name it? Christmas?
Yeah, Ye is still just as big an asshole as Kanye, so I don't know what that would do to help. Yeah,
I get what you did there because he like changed his name. Is that why?
Is there a prize? Yeah, is there a prize for being the most hated man in Port Richey?
Yeah, so Biden's up 68 to 100 with 140,000 outstanding. Minimum, I think from everything that's going on, it's probably more than this, but he's going to pull 70,000 or 70% of that, right? Which means he's going to get 100,000 to shitheads 40,000, which means we're going to be up by 66,000. So if we're up in Pennsylvania at the end of this by about 70,000 votes, you can say you heard it, frankly, from Kornacki last night, but from me just now.
Right.
I just realized as I was saying that Kornacki literally did that math yesterday. So it
was funny last night when he left. He left for a half an hour at like 11:30 last night, and they all and we had Ali Velshi for a while at the big board, and then he hasn't slept. Like I can't leave. This is stupid.
He's a machine. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, and I love that Rachel Maddow reassured us yesterday. He has more than one pair of those pants. So he had actually bathed and changed clothes. He had several sets of khakis and such like that.
Somebody just bought one of my NFTs.
Nice.
What the
I don't
hell?
know what that is, but cool.
You don't know what that is?
That's your digital art offerings. Is that what an NFT is?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And honestly, I really want you guys to be part of it, but I know it's like a little bit past the complexity level, but it's really cool. And there's like a new song I did that's going to be in it and stuff. Actually, can I show you guys a 2-minute video on it?
Yes, please.
And obviously, if like any news comes in, we'll just break out of it and go back to that.
Yep, do it.
So this is the guy behind uplift.art, where I want all you guys to sign up with your emails to get updates and shit. Is this Sam Blue dude? He's also the producer that's working on all of the new songs that I'm working on, including Solace that I'm going to be releasing in a couple months. That's going to be pretty good, I think. Anyway, this is what I'm into right now.
Each day, he would get up in the morning and he would say to himself, is today going to be the day that I get to eat? Oh. And that would go on for several days. And he would get up and he would go to school and he'd be so grateful to go to school, and he didn't want to complain. He didn't want to complain because he thought, I love that I'm going to school, and other kids at school, they had snacks and they had food, and he would go to bed at night and his stomach would be grumbling, and he would say to himself, I wonder if tomorrow will be the day that I get to eat.
Unfortunately, this is the question many children have to ask themselves. We have the ability to directly impact the life of kids with our work, provide them food and education. 50% of all revenue from the upcoming November 15th sale will go directly to HaitianRoots.com. So if this is something that's close to your heart and you have the ability to help, please do. November 15th, we've got the drop sale. And if you don't have the funds to participate on that, please just share. And we have many opportunities for you to receive the community pack drops that are happening now. Together, we can help create the opportunity to help kids eat, be healthy, and learn.
Looking at the viewers right now, there's this drop where you have the first of a kind random mint numbers, you have first of a kind upgrade mechanic, you have the first of a kind collectors NFTs. The art makes sense where you have this music video at the high level and the smaller pieces at the low level, and the share of the revenue is going to charity. Like, do you really want to miss out on that?
Anyway.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, there's something going on there.
All right. Well, it's 11 o'clock and they haven't called it yet, Corey.
That's some bullshit.
I mean, you'd think they'd be all over making us happy since we did so much.
Right?
We gonna come back on? They make a call. What are we gonna do?
I don't fucking know.
I got
I'm
some
not
stuff
seeing it.
going on today, but
I'm not seeing anyone making a call.
yeah, I think maybe we come back on if a president elect makes a speech tonight.
Good idea. I do want to mention just with that Uplift thing, if you have a Wax account for any of the, like, you just need a Wax account so I can send people NFTs. I've got a bunch of those community packs, so just DM me what your Wax account is, and I will send them to you, and you'll have like a little free piece of what's going on. Just stay on all day. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah, I think there's a few outfits that haven't called Arizona yet. It's fine, whatever. Fox did, which is hilarious. All right, there we go. MSNBC still has the count at 253.
Yep.
Whatever, they should be last, and I think they know that, right?
Yep.
It cost them nothing to be patient.
Yeah, Sue, I feel extra proud of the postcards that I wrote and sent to Georgia. Listen, we're gonna need more of that.
Oh,
in the next 20 or 30 days. They're gonna have 2 Senate runoff elections in Georgia, which, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, would give us a lead in the Senate, would put us in control of the Senate if we were to win both of those 2 runoffs. And they were very, very close.
It's a tie with Kamala Harris, but still.
It's a tie with Harris?
If we win both, we're at 50-50.
Okay. Still, though.
Yeah, it's better than fucking losing.
Can you all plan a time for an update from coffee?
Nope.
No. I'm running all day. I've got work with my mom and a couple of things I have to get done. So I'm actually not sure.
Go do that. That's the thing. Like, we could get an announcement today. We might not get an announcement until tomorrow. We don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. We could just decide to pop in. Yeah, I mean, do you want to just do a check-in like later on, whenever is available for you?
Sure. Honestly, 5 o'clock is probably realistic for me.
Okay, let's do it then.
Got a couple hours worth of work to do. So
yeah, either way, we'll have a little fuck it dance party at 5 o'clock.
I like it. Right now, I'm going to go get on the couch. By the way, there's one thing I did want to share. One last thing I did want to share is I know there's going to be a lot of conversation about what actually made the difference in Georgia. But I'm pretty sure I know what it was made the difference in Georgia. Let me move this over to here. Let's kill that. And I will show you what it was that did the thing in Georgia. Share audio, yes.
Are you gonna get it kicked off?
It's a PSA, Corey. What could possibly go wrong?
So funny.
Get your booty to the
That's what it did. That's what did it.
pole. Get your booty to the 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 pole. Get your booty
Yeah.
to the pole. Get your booty to the pole. Yeah.
Did we get your attention? Good.
So, you really not gonna vote? You know it's more than just the president on the ballot, right? Check it.
A district attorney decides who to prosecute,
Including whether or not to go after dirty cops.
Do you know who elects the DA? We do, but you don't want to vote.
can't make it rain if you locked up on some bullshit.
Want trades
You can't make it rain if you're locked up on some bullshit, Greg.
that will prepare us for the job market.
Want to end cash bail? Well, then vote for the sheriffs and county officials that feel the same way you do.
But you talking about, oh, they gonna pick who they gonna pick, shawty.
Ferguson just elected their first black mayor.
She is a superhero.
It's clear Black lives don't matter to some of our current elected officials. If they matter to you, then don't let other people decide who's gonna run your community. Get your booty to the poll.
Get your booty to the poll. Get your booty to the poll.
Get your vote, yeah, vote, stretch.
For information on how and where to vote, as well as resources,
Booty to the poll.com.
get your booty to the poll.com.
To the pole, get your booty to the
If anyone knows dirty cops, they do.
Right? Right.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
upsetting.
I'm 100% sure that's what did it in Georgia.
Yeah, that and Sue's postcard. I think I put them over
Yeah. It's on YouTube. If you just search "booty to the pole," you will
Get
find
your
that
booty to
video.
the poll. Dot
Not hard to
com.
find. Yeah, I would love to play Happy with John Lewis dancing this morning, but we'll save that for when we get an announcement because we're going to get kicked off.
Legitimately.
It's going to be getting in good trouble. That's how we're going to do that. All right, guys.
Yeah, pick music that is over 25 years old and we should be fine. But
Right
we
on.
should do Happy Hour. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Pick
All
up
right.
Julian down.
We love you guys very much. We're excited. We're waiting for the call. We're trying to temper our excitement, but it's difficult because we're feeling like it's going to happen. Like Joe Biden is going to be president-elect sometime today. And it's been a long, strange trip with all the different iterations of this show and our connection to this community. So we're pretty stoked about you, not just about the presidential election. So thank you, everybody, for playing along. 11:06. Greg's getting weepy on the internet, so it must be time to go. Sasquatch